People ask me why I wear the hat. Let me just get that out of the way. I wear the hat because it has my initials on it. I love hats, and I'm bald. But I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I just need everybody to know I'm comfortable with it. It's just, it's your fault that I wear the hat, that I'm bald, because I did comedy for 14 years as a bald comic and made a living, made every house payment. And then 5 years ago, I put the hat on, and my bookings tripled. That's not an exaggeration. So people like Rebecca and people like that book these events. And so it's like, this guy was a solid comic who made a living, but apparently this guy is a star. So, and I say my bald jokes because we're bringing up, our next speaker is Merrick. Theobald. Merrick has more than 25 years experience in the fintech industry. Currently, he's the chief compliance officer at BitPay, which he explained to me is like the PayPal for money. The BitPay is like the PayPal for cryptocurrency, but only like 18 of them directly and 100 or 50 of them indirectly. The other 1,000 garbage crypto he doesn't mess with. BitPay builds powerful enterprise-grade tools for crypto acceptance, payouts, and spending. Prior to BitPay, Merrick held marketing leadership roles, Bilmo, iSend, and CheckFree, Fiserv. He resides in North Atlanta. Give it up for Merrick Theobald. Theobald.
Good to see you, good to see you. How's everybody doing? Good. All right, for this to work, I have to have some participation because I'm not a panelist right now. I do have one correction. It said Chief Compliance Officer. I am no way associated with compliance, so get that off your mind. I'm actually in marketing, but I am marketing with BitPay. I've been there a number of years. Thank you for having BitPay back. Is anybody familiar with BitPay? All right. Has anybody used a BitPay-enabled merchant to buy something with their Litecoin? It's pretty fast, isn't it? Very fast, yeah. Seamless, yeah, that's great. I do have a few giveaways. I'd like to first ask, does anybody know what year BitPay was formed and started? 14. Keep going? 12. Keep going? Did I hear 11? Who said 11? 2011. You got one for you. I'm not going to throw it back there. I see your face right now. 2011, right before Litecoin was started. So we were June 2011. So we've been in business for many, many years. Second question is, when did we finally realize that we should support Litecoin as a payment method? Anybody? Okay, keep going. Keep going. 21. You got, here, you're close enough, I can give you. It is a wallet for your phone. You can keep it, you can put your passphrase in here, your seed phrase. It's very safe. There you go. So yeah, that was probably the single greatest thing that we ever decided to do. We've done many things over the years, but finally acknowledging that we needed to accept Litecoin back in early 2021, launching it in June of 2021 is probably the best thing that we can say that we've done. And what I want to share with you are some stats. I know this is important to see. Let me see. All right. First stat here, I have my paper because I can't really see the sides over there, is Litecoin in those few short years, 3 years, has become our most used coin for transactions. So you can see the top line is Litecoin, and for the past 6 months, it hasn't even been close. I mean, ahead of Bitcoin and ahead of the other coins that we support. So, that being said, we are very happy with Litecoin. Keep using your Litecoin, keep promoting Litecoin, keep bringing merchants to us that want to accept Litecoin, because that's how we build a community, that's how we grow, that's how we promote each other. I do want to share something related to that. Is this slide, if it's showing. Yes, so this shows you back in 2022, so just about a year after we started in 2021, we were about 15% transaction volume with Litecoin. You are now 40%, over 40%, and you can see that trajectory. So we support, as he said, 18 different coins natively. Then we have recently added another 100 plus through a swap program, and you are doing 40% of all of our transactions. So we can't thank Litecoin, the foundation, the holders of Litecoin enough. That is amazing. I like to share fun stats too. This one is listing our top countries and the top industries where Litecoin is used. Can anybody guess our top 5 countries? Some are obvious. United States. Anybody else? We'll get there. Canada. So what I have today is what we represent as areas that we can currently accept Litecoin in. Every day I wake up, it changes. Governments are getting in, regulatories are getting in, they're making changes, they're asking for new licenses, so we have to turn it on, we have to turn it off. But as of yesterday, these are the countries that we can currently accept in the top 5. United States, obvious. Canada. Netherlands is interesting. United Kingdom, you would expect. And then Poland, right? I will say Hong Kong has been up there and is up there for the last few years. But currently, we're working with the regulators in Hong Kong, so I didn't add them. There are other countries, but those are the top 5 as it stands today that we can currently accept in. So politics aside, but not aside, it's important who we vote for. It's important who we elect. Look at their policies on cryptocurrency. Look at their policies on regulatory policies because it's important for us. It's a struggle for us. That's probably our single greatest struggle is the regulatory environment right now. Top industries. And we have a wide variety of industries out there. Any ideas? Precious metals. That's a good one. Precious metals. Travel's a good one. Gambling, yeah, that's a good one. And in fact, we do work with some casinos. Mobility, yeah. This one's a little bit harder because we have so many industries. But you can see it right here. Computer games, by far the #1 industry for us. Think of Zala. Anybody familiar with Zala? They have games. They work with game developers. So they're a platform for games. That's probably one of our larger ones. You have the internet. Not on here, but one of our best industries and one of our best customers is electronics. That would be Newegg. Everybody know Newegg? Okay. VPN and hosting, information technology, prepaid cards and gift cards is a huge one. Because not every merchant accepts Litecoin directly through BitPay or at all, a lot of people buy gift cards. So if you're at a merchant, doesn't accept Litecoin or BitPay through Litecoin through BitPay, there are gift cards that you can buy online or in person as you're walking through and purchase that gift card with your Litecoin and walk on out or have it shipped to you right away. So gift cards are important. So moving on, acceptance is one side of our business, but do you all know that we can do, y'all, I said y'all over there. You know what's funny? I live in Georgia. I'm not from Georgia. I'm from South Florida, so I don't know what I am because everybody in South Florida is from all over. But I'm a transplant to Georgia, so we say y'all. Yep, and there is a difference. Yep. Moving on, we do payouts. Anybody familiar with payouts, or did you know that we do payouts? Okay, well, we do payouts. And what this slide here shows you, and we started payouts in 2021 with Litecoin as well, shortly after, I think it was September of 2021. But not only do we accept payments in Litecoin, but we also will pay out in Litecoin. So for companies that want to pay in Litecoin, think of affiliate networks, ad networks, rewards, rebates, payroll. We work with companies. They pay us in fiat, US dollar, and then we will send Litecoin to those individuals. All we need initially to get started is an email address and payment. This is the prepay part from the company, and we will invite the consumer into our network to receive their Litecoin payment. If they're already in our network, they will be paid automatically. So payouts is a big part of it. And as you can see over here, for the first time, back in May, Litecoin overtook Bitcoin as the #1 payout cryptocurrency that we offer. So that's important as well. And this is the trajectory for payouts in Litecoin. As you can see, there was a huge takeoff in the third quarter of 2023. But again, payouts is a key part of our business. So not only do we accept, we also do payouts. Litecoin is now our #1 coin on both sides, acceptance and payouts. Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves for that one. Any questions? Any thoughts? Any concerns? Yeah, right over here.
We had the Litecoin Summit, but one question, why are you not accepting Monero as like a compliance issue?
And where?
Monero.
Well, we can't accept everything. So I don't know if you realize it, but I mean, when we natively accept a coin, there's a lot of development and effort that goes into it, because as developers update coins, we have to stay on top of that too. So natively, we don't do that. But we accept, again, through a swap program through one of our partners, more than 100. So if they are added to that swap program, that's probably the best way. Because I don't know if we're going to do much more natively supported coins. We will. But the swap program is a good one. Hope that answered your question. But there are, there's thousands of coins out there. So we listen to the consumers. We listen to the marketplace. We were like, which coin should we accept next? We listen to our partners. If a partner comes to us and says, we need to accept this, we will look into it. Mark Cuban said, you need to accept Dogecoin. We accept Dogecoin, which ironically was right before Litecoin. So I apologize for that. But, you listen to your partners, and that's what we like to do. Any other questions? All right. Oh, there's a... Okay. All right, question? I can tell you no. I do know I'm not the founder, co-founder.
Is there something else I can help with?
No. Technology, it's wonderful, isn't it? I just realized I have a screen right here. Look at that. Did you know that? Oh, okay. BitPay Litecoin use cases, just to understand how you can help and how we can help you, is, at the top, it's shop online. That's our biggest area right there, e-commerce. So when you're out there shopping online, use your Litecoin. If you have online retailers that should accept it, send the note to them and saying, you really need to accept Litecoin. I have Litecoin I want to spend, you should accept it. We'll work with them, that would be great. On the left is pay bills. How many of you know you can pay bills now with your Litecoin? All right. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can pay your bills. We have our own app. You can do it in our app, but you can also do it on our website. So you don't necessarily need our app, but whether it's in our app or on our website, you can pay a number of different bills, primarily in the United States, all through cryptocurrency, including Litecoin. So again, trying to build that. You have a question back here?
Hello. Thank you very much for your work, Merrick. Given the prominence of Litecoin on your platform, are you going to make a bit more of an effort to feature Litecoin on front pages and in marketing materials, as it's mainly dominated by Bitcoin still?
Well, here's the thing. We work with our partners. So it's all about our partners promoting Litecoin, and that's what we would love to work with the Litecoin Foundation and you to promote Litecoin with our partners. So we work with 5 of the top 100 e-commerce companies. So getting them to promote it, is it?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll hit you up.
Okay. Yeah, no, we would love to promote Litecoin. It is a top coin. As Charlie said earlier, it works, right? That's the best explanation I've ever heard. It works. It does work. There's no downtime. It's fast, inexpensive, so it works. I thought I saw a question over here. That's a trick question.
Let's repeat the question.
Okay.
How easy is it for merchants to sign up to accept BitPay tokens, BitPay payments?
That is a very tricky question. It depends on where you live, depends on if you have all the materials that we need to collect from you. Unfortunately, we're in a highly regulated industry, and we have to collect documents from the businesses, just like sometimes, not all times, we have to collect documentation from the consumer. From the consumer side, anything over $3,000 in the United States, we have to KYC the customer, and that's most people, most payment methods in the United States have to do that at some level, or some degree, right? Anything under, we don't have to. It's up to the merchant, our partner. On the business side, we have to KYB the business. We have to make sure that they have a legitimate business license or in an industry that we can operate in. So we have to collect that information. So it's easy if everything's ready and prepared. It's not easy if you have to go find documentation, if you have multiple owners, because everybody has to have some say into it. But it can be easy. So unfortunately, right now, we've actually paused our registration. So if any of you are interested, send me an email. Because we have so much interest, and we had a backlog already, we paused it because of that. So we're working through that. If you're interested, talk to me afterwards. I can probably get you in. But there is a lot of interest. But again, because of the regulatory environment, we have to collect a lot of documentation, and that's what takes the time. Not on our end. It's just for the business owner to have that documentation ready and available to supply. Question?
Kind of on a similar note, but when I go out to dinner, I hate paying the server. I don't like paying the restaurant for their tip, so I like to give them cash. I'd much rather give them Litecoin. But they're an absolute newbie, and maybe 75% of this room already knows the answer to this. But how can I introduce a server at a restaurant to say, I'd love to give you Bitcoin as your tip rather than US dollar cash or pay it to the restaurant? What would you suggest?
That is a great way to think about it. I don't know, you might have to, maybe if you had some type of business card created where you could leave it behind with them with instructions, because we're all about building an industry. We've been in business 2011, and we're very much a startup today. We're mainstream, but we're not mainstream. We're still waiting to get there. So the more that we can educate businesses and educate consumers on what cryptocurrency is, on what Litecoin is, it's the benefit for us all, right? So yeah, have those discussions. Leave a card maybe with an instruction on it. Maybe they can apply right there. I mean, it's pretty easy to get a wallet, right? Within 5 minutes, they could probably have a wallet, and then, when dinner's done, then send them some Litecoin or send them some, I don't know if you'll send them Bitcoin, but Litecoin, as a tip. So they can probably do it right there within 5 minutes. You can help walk them through it. That's a great question. Question over here?
KYC is concerned. Have you guys ever considered partnering or connecting with companies like Clear? Because I travel, and Clear has all my identity stuff. So if I wanted to be on board to your system, you could just use my Clear information without me having to fill out all your information.
Right.
You can repeat it for them.
Yeah, so have we thought about, almost done here too, have we thought about compliance with working with companies like Clear that might already have the information? We do work with companies that collect that information for us. And sometimes when we have an agreement between parties, we can do that. But everybody is responsible from a compliance and regulatory perspective for their own company. So there has to be an agreement between parties, and we're working through that. And yes, we should be able to do that. But both parties are at risk then, and you want to make sure that what they're doing is fully compliant and follows our business process. So we can when we feel comfortable with that. But you're right, one day it will happen. It's very segmented right now, and it shouldn't be. It should be just an easy thing for everybody, and we'll get there one day. Question?
Kind of related to the KYC thing, I'm more of a self-custody, no KYC thinking kind of person. But I realize with the regulations and stuff going on, and I don't remember if it was you or somebody else talking about the different politics we got going on, but what is the likelihood of getting through the legislation and the, not legislation, just the regulations so that the world would be more KYC friendly and you'd have less hoops to jump through and the crypto could be used on a more peer-to-peer level?
That's the question I think everybody wants to know. I'm not compliance. Remember, I'm not chief compliance officer. But I will say that, there have been lawsuits that have been brought forward. Many of those lawsuits have now been settled or thrown out. So that's a good step forward, right? So it's up to us as individuals, as residents of the United States or whatever country you're in, to write our legislatures and speak up and say, come on, guys. I mean, we're at the point now where the blockchain, cryptocurrency, every company involved, it's too big to fail. They need to support us, and if they support us, it's going to get even bigger and grow even bigger, and it's great for all economies. So, I mean, how many of you here work with a crypto company or in blockchain some type? Many of us do. So it's to their benefit. I just don't think they understand it. Once they understand it, they'll move forward and they'll make those we're waiting on laws. We're just waiting on some clarity from them. We don't want laws. We don't want more regulations. We just want clarity so that we can work with partners and they feel comfortable in that. I do want to end. Oh, we have a question over here. But before I leave too, I just want you to know you can pay bills. You can buy gift cards in our app and through our website. We have an extension, Chrome extension, a browser extension, so you can do that right when you're shopping. But a new thing that we have too is book travel. So you can use your Litecoin at bitpaytravel.com to book a hotel, to book a car, to book, and we're doing this on our own because the adoption is slow. So you can do that, and of course you can get paid. So if you work with a company and you want to get paid in Litecoin, that's a great consumer employee benefit to offer your customers. You don't have to. Not everybody has to get paid in Litecoin. If you want to get paid $10, get paid $10. If you want 100%, get paid 100%. It's consumer choice, but it's a great employee benefit. And I think, no more questions.
Yeah.
I'll be at the BitPay booth. If you have questions, just stop by. But again, pleasure. Thank you, everybody.